Hey everyone, this is PrinceBrightstar, and welcome back to Phantasy Star Online 2 here on the global servers. So, as you saw just at the top of the screen just a moment ago here, we do have a live concert coming up, sung by Quna, as well as an urgent quest coming up. And then what we're going to be doing after the urgent quest is we're going to be hopping into Chapter 1 of Episode 6, so this should be a fun time. So anyway, let's get ourselves over into position. Quna should only be like a minute away at this point here from popping up. And I'm going to go ahead and toss away my UI for the time being so you can enjoy here. Aside from that, once the Quna concert is over, we're going to be augmenting a new arm piece that I've picked up here. So look forward to that in just a few short minutes here. But yeah,
a live concert is being held in the shopping plaza.
But yep, it looks like Quna is here, and this is going to be Eternal Encore Christmas Edition.
Thanks. Now, here's a song to warm you up. It goes from my heart to yours. This song is to help you embrace all those silent, but very real hopes that you have. Take a listen to Eternal Encore. I'm thanking you, but can you hear me? I'm asking why, here's my song, but I'm singing it broken here. If I could, I'd turn around, and you'd be standing there. How could it be we were so close, but now you're nowhere to be seen? I'm loving you, but can you feel? The sunlight feel? What colors will rain around me? It's as though I cannot breathe anymore. So lonely, this melancholy I never knew. No, such a foolish time we would spend in our world, blinded by righteous ways. How fortunate to feel it. would give you strength. I still feel it, still believe in it. And with neither shape nor form, I know that you will still be here, holding me up when I need it most, yeah. I'm thanking you, but can you hear me? I'm asking why, here's my song, but I'm singing it broken now. With clear hearts we will see, straight through eternity. Your words, your wish I can feel now. There's only one thing left to say. I'm loving you, but can you feel me? Through my voice, through my heart, and the hope that we'll meet again. Not once, but evermore. We'll find the space and know. With a smile I'll go on and onward I'll go, 'cause it's the only way. In the wind and in the rainbow, in the stars and flowers that bloom, I feel you here like a song, la la. And I know that you're near. Through the weakness, the strength that you showed, you departed, but now I can know that you'll stay here with me, la la. You will always be here. Thank you all so much. I felt your passion as clear as sunshine. Did mine reach you as well? Music can be gentle, but still have a strong will behind it. Everyone, find your inner strength and hold on to your dreams. That's all. Bye-bye now.
Alright, so that was Quna there. Yeah. And just as a reminder, anytime that she starts with the Eternal Encore, there is not going to be an Encore follow-up on that. So, it's just a single song for this one. Anyway, let's head over here to Dudu.
What do you need?
And let me actually turn this down a little bit more here, because their voices are overpowering things. Alright, so,
What do you need?
at this point, I have in my possession both the Trailblazer Decoration leg piece, and now I also have a Trailblazer Mount Bixion, which I need to augment up here. So let's go ahead and take care of that now. So, if we go back to here real quick, you'll see that I've got Persona Reverie as well as an S7 Medicinal Potentiation. That increases recovery item effectiveness by 30%. That's going to be really valuable for my 12 subclass, because that's going to make all of my mates more effective than they were previously. On here, we've also got Persona Reverie, which is a baked-in augment that comes with the unit when you augment when it's already at a grind level of 10. And then I've also got Sovereign Ward 3 in here, which will provide an additional 3% protection. So, let's go ahead and get this affixed with a bunch of more stuff here. Yeah, that's fine. That's, it's just saying I got 7-star in there. So, ultimately, this is going to be more power-based, or rather might-based, just because it's going to, or rather, S-attack-based, rather, so that I do get a good amount of strength out of it, but I'm also going to be getting some level of protection from this unit as well here. So, let's go ahead and say confirm to these here. And as you can see, we've got everything that's available to us here. So I'm going to take the Graceful Might off first here. And we're going to start with the S7. And then we're going to go with the Graceful Might then. And then after that, let's go with the Persona Reverie, the Apprentice Soul, Might 3, and then the last slot we're going to make Sovereign Ward 3. And let's start affixing that. Augmentation Aid plus 30%. Everything's 100%. Let's give it a try.
You have some amazing luck.
And there we go. Everything is on that I wanted to get onto here. So,
Come back soon.
let's head over here and let's actually jump into another block real quick here. And if we take a look, so I'm replacing this Zerier Curias, which was decent. It had 145 melee power on there, but with the built-in attack power, it brought it up to 230, which is decent for episode 5. But now that we're into episode 6 and we're talking about ultra hard stuff and things like that, we definitely have to get a little bit more protection into here. So that's why I'm making the switch over to the Trailblazer Mount Vixia now. So if we go under here, we can see that that has 225 attack, and that's compared to the 230. So we went down by 5, but we gained a lot of defenses in exchange for that. So resistance used to be 5 melee, 2 ranged attack, and 1% technique resistance. Now under the new one, it's going to be 8, 9, and 8%. So that is a lot better than it used to be. Plus, we've got a bunch of elemental resistances in here now as well. So previously, it was only dark protection that we had here. And now we've got 3% across the board except for light and dark, which are now 8%. So a lot more protection than there used to be on the old one. Plus, we have the extra 30% healing that's going to come from that S7 ability, which once again gives 30% extra item effectiveness. Combine that with, well, we're not going to see it here, and in fact, I need to get this ring onto here now that I think about it. It was Mate Maniac, so let me grab that from my bank here. So, Mate Maniac. There it is. And we'll come over to Doo-Doo one more time, and we'll say add unit skill. And it's going to be Mate Maniac, and that adds another 20% onto how effective mates are. So it's just more and more power to mates all across the board here. And that now makes it so that I can reasonably use monomates with my build now here, just because previously monomates, they might not have recovered enough health previously to actually make them work correctly with the Hunter Etoile combination, but now that I have this, I have no reason to hold back on monomates anymore. So now my health pool really is deep, and as long as I keep an eye out to make sure I don't ever drop below half, which potentially could still happen every now and then, depending upon how things play out, as long as I'm watching for that, there really won't be any issues with my health. Now, you're probably wondering what I'm going to be doing about this back piece here, this Rappy Shine. Now, my plan at this point is I'm essentially holding off on doing anything here, because if we come back over to the shopping area, and we come up here to the metal barterer, we've got this exchange prize medals for limited items.
We are currently preparing a large-scale operation for all ARKS to fight enemies in their local regions.
Chatter on the server never stops, does it? Basically, once the prize medals come out, the gold prize medals, which are going to be coming from the Urgent Quest releasing next week, that's when I'll be able to buy this back Orbe Grudge, which is going to come with a built-in 90 attack, and also have an additional 60 on top of that. I'm probably going to do further augments on top of all that, just to try to get some more melee power out of it. But that will allow me to then get this unit.
Come again!
Did you bring a bunch?
And then, if we come over here to Zeeg,
What's the good word?
and we go under Get Unit, the upgrade for that is already in the game here. That is the Back Ekdyke Grudge. And so that will give me access to still the same stats, but it will also give me the ability to add an S6 onto there as well. Now, S6s are going to... Right now, there aren't too many good S6s on here. The only one that might work for the time being is going to be the Guardian Armor, that would add an extra 7% damage reduction. But there are other ones coming up that I'm looking forward to eventually getting. I think there's one that is going to provide some extra Photon points on there, but I need to double check that. It's been a while since I looked at the S6s. Actually, let me do a real quick look at that right now here. Just because we only have so many of them available at this point in the game. Looking at S6s, let's see. Heroic Howl, that's only for heroes. Heaven Dance, that's going to be for bouncers. This one's for Hunter, and I guess Braver as well. Soul Protection, Focus Guard while guarding. That basically builds the gauge while you're guarding, but that really doesn't help me much because I can just get my my bar filled up instantly with just using a single attack. That being my Sonic Arrow attack. And then, let's see, Dodging Whistles for Summoners. Evernight Star is for Etoile mains. And Overflowing Life, that's going to be for fighters. Miraculous Encore, that is for gunners. And that's it for S6s up here. We've also got this one here, which is the Guardian Shield, which I mentioned before, which reduces damage taken by 7%. So really, that's the only one that's sort of in the game right now that's really worth it to use for an S6, at least in my view. And hey, Pensage, good to see you. Let's see here. If we come over here to, say, S6 here... Yeah, nothing's popping up there, and then if we say add S6... Yeah, it's all the same things that we saw previously, so... yeah, we're limited in terms of what's actually currently in the game, so really only that Guardian Shield is going to be the one that's going to work for me for the time being. Now, let me just remind myself of what I need for that.
What's the good word?
Let's see, so I need an additional 300 gold prize medals and 30 ultimate boosters. And that is kind of the hard thing to get right now, because we don't have the exchange in-game yet to convert 90 Photon boosters into a single ultimate booster. I have enough to get myself 50 of those, but I'm going to need all of those to get my Rivalate sword. So, I'm hoping that we're going to get that in soon enough here, but we will have to see. In terms of where I'm sitting for ultimate boosters, let's just take a quick look at that. I've only got 4 so far. Those seem to only be dropping right now from the Christmas on Ice quest, as well as from the 3 main ultimate quest areas, Ultimate Lilipa, Ultimate Amduskia, and Ultimate Navarius.
I've been expecting you.
Now, just looking real quick at what we've got here for daily orders today, I will take a couple of these here, Gold Dragon and the Draconians. There's a Buster Quest one, but not many people are running Buster Quests anymore. I will grab the Volcanic Caves exploration.
Drop by anytime.
But yeah, this is sort of once I get the Guardian Shield on, and then I figure out what I'm going to do for an S8. That's pretty much the end of the 12 build in terms of essentially making it as strong as possible. I still need to figure out what S8 I'm going to put onto here, and this is not the final version of the augments. That's just sort of a placeholder until this all sort of gets figured out here. Especially because there really isn't much in terms of S8s that can really help me at this point. Let me go back under here real quick. Let's see, S8. Yeah, nothing there. The only S8s that we have here are Fortified Life, which boosts max HP by 40, and Fortified Photon V, which boosts max Photon points by 4, which is... Both of those are basically worthless at this point. I need something better than that. And until we get really the add S8s in, we're not going to have anything that's worth it. It's really funny because there's a lot of stuff that's going to be coming in the near future that just simply hasn't been released on the server yet. And let me do this while we're waiting here for the urgent quest to pop up here. If we go under... I'm headed over to the ARKS Visiphone wiki right now. Let's see. Yeah, if I bring this up here... There we go. And we go to S8s here. This is what's available on the Japanese side of things. So we're gonna have something that's going to add some S attack, R attack, and T attack, or melee, ranged, and technique attack. There's going to be this one for add strong potency, makes you temporarily invincible while drinking a mate item. That doesn't stack with the other things that I've got going on, which is Hunter at 12, Automate, plus the Damage Bouncer. There is this High-Minded, which reduces falling speed while charging a technique. That doesn't do anything for me. And then we have this one here, Rainbow's Decay, which, whenever one of the different petals are active, makes attacks inflict random status effects. That might be useful, but we are very far away from that. In fact, we might not be seeing that until after episode 6 ends. So really the only one that's going to be useful for me is going to be this one here, Skydance's Boon, which activates Shifta and D-Band every 10 seconds when you stay in the air for longer than 2 seconds. So that seems to be the only S8 that's really going to work for me well here. And even then, depending upon if we get the special collection file opening up, that's going to change my plan on that, because there is a Talus that exists on the Japanese side that potentially could be more effective in that it when you cast Shifta, it also casts D-Band at the same time. So it's really going to come down to if I feel like I'm going to be in the air often enough for that to be worth it. And to be honest, I probably would be, if I'm being honest here. But anyway, let's go ahead and hop over to back into the game here. We still have looks like about 6 minutes or so before the urgent quest actually pops here. Let me see. You know what? Why don't we go ahead and run a Magatsu bonus key while we're waiting here? I need to use these up anyway. So bonus Magatsu Silver.
I wish you the best of luck.
So Pen, the 15-star weapons that come from the new Urgent, they're still useful in that you're able to trade in. You're able to do crafting on them to break them down into diehards, which you're going to need to get the Revelate weapon. So yeah, this is a mission that's based purely inside of an AIS, unless you actually want to fight outside, but typically that's not necessary with this one because you got unlimited uses of the AIS. For this group, there really isn't a good way to take them out. It's just sort of get enough photon points so you can fire missiles at them twice. That's the most effective way I found to deal with them. So you need a Rivalate key in order to make one of the weapons, Pen. For that, you're going to need to either get one from the current mission pass that's going on, or the other option is to have 800 titles unlocked. That's the other way that you can get one right now. And in fact, I've already got my Rivalate key waiting for me. It's just I need a lot more of the ultimate boosters. Plus, I need some Plomnia, which you get from desynthesizing the 14-star melee weapons. All right, let's hop up here and fire away, because a single shot to the chest will take this guy out. There we go. And you always want to do your Magatsus because you get free star gems with them. Now, it's more than likely we're going to get other ways to get the Rivalate keys in the future. These are just the two ways that you can get them right now. Alright, let's see. Alright, so I'm going to join you over in Block 34 for this here. Let's see if we're able to get one of the Alliance members to invite us into a group here.
We are currently preparing a large-scale operation for all ARKS to fight enemies in their local regions.
Alright, and we are in the group. And we are, it looks like 2 minutes away at this point here. And let's see who that is here. That is Izumin. Yeah, they're typically doing emotes at me whenever they see me here. Yeah, it's they're rocking a pretty good Phantom outfit there. But they do have the what is that? The Trailblazer rifle. And they did a pretty decent fixing job on that, actually. They actually got it up to 240 range power, which means they're actually getting a 6% bonus out of everything. So, really nice job on that. But yeah, we're just a minute away here from when the Christmas on Ice quest is going to be popping here. We'll actually run through it the whole thing this time,
Emergency
and then
mission alert.
at that point we will then hop into story.
All ARKS ops, report to the quest counter to join the mission.
Alright, let's grab ourselves a D-Band Drink Premium 2. So we get the special ability drop on that. And yeah, we're going to... this is going to be the real test of everything here. To make sure everything is working with the build. Now, the other thing that I have is I do also keep with my I do keep star atomizers as well now, just because that's another way that I can heal up if we're sort of between battles and I'm running low on mates. That's one way I can make sure I can keep myself healed up. Looks like the group is full. Let's go ahead and pop this off. And here we go. Now, my main job here is basically to hold whatever boss is in place here, and keep them so that they are not moving around as much as I can here. And so that's why I'm just going to stand in front of this Deckhand Drawl here, and just take whatever he gives me in the face, basically. Combine that with the way I have my build set up, whereby I just use the same Photon art over and over and over because of the Photon point efficiency of it all, and we got quite the beautiful combination indeed here. And down they go. So anybody tells you that tanks don't exist in the game, don't believe them. At this point, there actually is technically a tank role, in that essentially you stand in place whenever you have enmity or aggro on you. And what that does is it makes it so that bosses don't move around, so everybody can actually lock into breakable parts and things like that, without having the boss jump around too much. There's nothing you can do about all the jumping around that they do, but as long as you essentially stay in place whenever you've got the aggro on the boss, that will hold them in place generally, most of the time, so that the others can just take the boss down real fast. Just like that. Yeah, once I had aggro, he didn't move around at all there. And that's because I just held my ground once I had it. Alright, Pietro could use a hand here. That is with a Blizzard Banshee. This is one of those bosses where they're going to be jumping around a bit more. And that's just how the boss is made. But at least they should not be leaving this general area here. And down they go. Ken, I can't tell if you're alive or not. Okay, it looks like you are. How about this? We actually got a group of just regular enemies. Oh, that's why. The boss is actually way back here for some reason. A couple of the Vanga Bears. Right, I got one on each side of me, so I'm going to go with my other attack here, which... It's only going to do 4 hits instead of 5 hits, but at least it lets me hit in an AoE here. There goes one. There goes the other. Completed. And we got Santa Umbla coming down.
Emergency!
Emergency! Code present!
Just make sure you get hit. And that gives you the rare drop rate boost. And you also get the rare drop Koi Koi song. Although it's just the Japanese version of that. Next boss is coming up behind us here. Ah, it's Niao.
Emergency! Code used!
Yeah, he's not responding to the word right now. Alright, let me pop one of those star atomizers here. Get my health all the way back up.
Change over! Code used!
And we've got a Dio Huno.
Completed!
And down they go. Ooh, nice one. We got a Ulibriz Drago, which is a rare version of the of one of the ultimate bosses in on Amduskia.
Completed!
Alright, moving on to the next one. Another of the Blizzard Bancers. And actually, we also got the Banther up ahead of us as well here. So in general, if you can, you want to try to take these two out at the same time. Whenever you've got one of these trials, just because the other one will increase its attack strength if the other goes down. So you want to try to minimize that for the other players in the group, if you can. Especially this early on in Episode 6. Oh, I've been frozen. Oh, what happened? Oh, there we go. And I'm frozen again. And frozen again, yikes! I am not having much luck. And again, what is going on here? Well, those are the perils of having a Fury Hunter, but I suppose, once again, that goes to prove just how strong this thing is. The fact that I didn't go down at all during all that. Alright, 2 minutes left. And we've got Omega Masquerader here.
Emergency! Code used!
I will say I'm not a fan of not being able to see everything that's going on here while fighting this guy, but I also understand because we've got everybody here that all these extra effects are going to be going off. Alright, let me get my Elder form out since we're running out of time here. And we got Dios Griffin here, as well as the other boss here. The False Spawn boss. I'm not sure if we're going to get these both down in time, but we're definitely going to try here. Alright, there's one. Ah, nice, we actually did get him down in time. And we got a Merry Emperor Rappy as well here. Very nice. Whoops, wrong button.
Emergency code.
Hey, Captain Radix, good to see ya. Alright, I think we only got either a 13 or a 14 star there. No luck on a 15 star. But I'll still take it. Alright, let's get set up for the next run.
Emergency mission alert. Large-scale deployment operation in progress. All ARKS ops, report to the quest counter to join the mission.
And so, as you can see, the only thing that got used for me were just 4 monomates during that whole thing. So once again, showing just how strong this build is in terms of defenses. And remember, Etoile cannot take assistance from other users that are using Resta and things like that. I can only heal myself, essentially, unless somebody happens to use a Star Atomizer. But I didn't see anybody using those. All right, looks like we are at 12. Let's go ahead and kick this off. And here we go. So same thing as last time. Let's see what the boss is going to be. A couple of these Vanga Bears. Let's get some damage on them and hold them in place.
Emergency code.
Or at least try to hold them in place. Somebody's actually using Zondil there for some reason. Or some other ability that just sucks enemies in. Alright, Dios Griffin.
Emergency code.
Let's get rid of this shock. Alright, down they go.
Completed.
Moving on to the next one. some more Vanga Bears.
Emergency code due. Completed.
Oh, we got one more to the south. That is a Blizzard Banshee.
Emergency code due.
Oh, I've been frozen.
Completed.
Now, one thing that players don't seem to have learned yet is it's not recommended to just flat out run ahead of the group. You generally want to stick together,
Emergency!
just because otherwise you can cause situations where bosses show up way behind where you are.
Emergency.
But here's Santa Umbra again.
Yeah, nice one! You did it!
Completed.
Okay, we got a boss popping up behind us here. Two, actually, it looks like. Dios Griffin, as well as the Oduna Zorstata. Now, at some point, I do need to get myself a Photon Point battery weapon. So once I get that S8 onto here, that might actually be a good thing for me to replace my number 6 slot with. That being, unless at some point we actually do get the Storm Shade in game, at which point all bets are going to be off, and I'll be using that instead.
Completed.
Storm Shade is an old type weapon that's on the Japanese server that has a built-in ability to use anti no matter what class you are. So, as you can imagine, that would be pretty powerful for a non-technic user, because it basically gives a player access to unlimited soul atomizers at that point, through the use of anti.
Completed.
Alright, that group is down. Moving on. We got a Zetagrons.
Emergency code due.
Oh, and also something else it looks like. The, Shotomizer. Trying to keep the two of them grouped together so that AoE damage can take both of them out at the same time. Sometimes that's just not possible with the way that their moves work. All right, there goes one of them. There goes the other.
Completed.
Hey, Strictly Jordan, good to see ya. Doing well today.
Emergency code due.
Alright, down goes them. Let's move on. It is nice to see that early on players are not taking forever to take out these bosses. That's probably one of the best things that could have happened here on the global version.
Emergency code due.
Alright, let's bring this big guy over to where the other one is. Just don't want to stay together for some reason. Alright, let's bring out Elder. Alright, that brings him down.
Completed.
It'll be tough taking out one more group, but let's see here. Yeah, so the entire group was still on the east side of the map, and somebody managed to spawn a group all the way over here on the west, so that's why you don't want to run ahead of everybody else. Alright, so I'm going to drop form here then, since we're not going to take this out in time. I'll just make sure I've got my my Temptation Wand on me here, the Umbra stick, as it's otherwise called here, so I can get the extra bonus rare drop from that. And let's see what we got. Wow, not even a 13 star this time. I noticed that Vita Diffuse had 8 slots on it, so thought I'd just grab it. Alright, on to the next one. And I need to refresh my boosters before we go in. So once again, only 4 monomates used. So once again, since I am way up front and taking the damage, it's like nothing to me with the way that this build works. Looks like we're still waiting for a couple of more players on this one here. Alright, looks like we got 12 players now. Let's kick this off. And here we go. Boss out in front. Let's grab him.
See if you can dodge this.
I don't need to dodge it. I can just face tank it.
I'm right here.
And yes, I am critting for 277k there.
Completed.
Alright, here's the next one, the Blizzard Dancer.
Code Jiu. Completed.
Alright, boss is behind us. Let's get back there.
Emergency.
And it's a decant draw.
Completed.
And we got a Gorge Raider here.
Emergency. Code Jiu.
Once again, this guy has added a few new tricks to his arsenal, like spinning around like this here. Nothing that really stops us from attacking him, though. Timber!
Completed.
Emergency! The large-scale operation has ended. Thank you for your support.
And here's Santa Umbra.
Emergency. Code present.
Yeah, nice one! You did it!
Completed.
Alright, let's see what we got coming up next here. Got a pair of bosses, it looks like. We got the Dios Griffin as well as
Emergency code.
Shultamizer. Hopefully I got both of them. Nah, it looks like I missed the Dios Griffin. So generally, as I mentioned before, what I do is I'll try to drag the one that I did get the aggro on close to where the other is if I happen to miss one of them. So that way they're still able to take damage from being in AoEs from everybody else. That takes care of that group. Oh, the boss are actually showing up over here this time. Wait, where'd they show up? There it is. Kinda delayed that time, yikes.
Emergency code.
Those draconians. They just like to fight, don't they?
Completed.
And another rare one. Nice. Hopefully we'll finally get a good drop off of this here.
Can you evade this?
Ah, nice, I leveled up. But that just means I got some extra Class X cubes.
Completed.
At this point, I pretty much got all that I'm gonna need. Alright, you two, come together. There we go, got them both.
Emergency code due.
But yeah, the way that this build works, it essentially allows for a playstyle of reckless abandon. In that you can pretty much just be in front of whatever boss you want to be in front of, and just know that you're not going to go down 99% of the time. There are occasional situations where a boss might be able to one-shot you, but outside of those, it's very rare that you're ever going to go down. Let me bring on Elder.
Completed.
Okay, that's that group. And we got another DS Griffin, as well as the Oduna Zordata. It'll be tough to take them down both at the same time here, with what time is remaining. The Zordata there in particular is pretty good at avoiding damage with a bunch of iframes. Alright, looks like we got one of them. Or no, we actually got the whole thing done. Nice. And that sounds like 13 stars again there. Alright, I need to clear my bank space here. Or, clear my inventory, rather. Actually, let me do... Oh, actually, we can see what's, some of what's dropped here. So we got a Neo Kablis. As well as... What was the other thing? A Fornis Rugia. Alright, back up to the gateway ship we go. Alright, let me just check what we got here, and then we're gonna head right into the story after this here.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, no 15 stars dropped here, so we'll just keep this on the regular here.
I got a good look at it.
Oh, we actually got a Silent Tree. That is a really good weapon to have as an all-class sword. If you're in need of an all-class sword. Because it can also use S1 and S3 abilities on it. You also have an had an Invade Spear drop here, so if you're still in need of one of those for getting an Offstia together, this is a place that you can still get those.
I got a good look at it. I got a good look at it. Take care now.
Alright, let's make our way over to the bridge. And let's cube up some of the stuff that we're not going to need here. Alright, that should be good. With that, let's refill. Let me drop this stuff in my bank. And we are gonna get this going. Alright, let's speak to Sierra. And we're gonna go to episode 6. Main story, Alma the Failure.
Huh? Alma? Oh, welcome back, everyone. Can you tell me? Is your meeting all wrapped up? Are you okay, Alma? You don't look so good. I really want to act tough here, but you got it in one. I feel all oogly. Kinda like how I used to feel after fighting. Memories. maybe Shiva did something to me when she was here earlier? Nah, it's probably my fault. I bet that wall I put up to block Photon absorption is coming back to bite me about now. Oh, you're not going to disappear, are you? Oh, no worries. It certainly is not that serious. I don't know if it'll heal, though. That sounds pretty serious. No point in panicking. It'll heal in time. Slowly, but surely. Still, sorry guys. I don't want to disappear. So I'll be taking a break from combat for a bit.
You overexerted yourself.
Yep, you're right. I had better get some R&R.
Alright, and moving on to the AIS researchers.
The AIS researcher Sarah mentioned should be somewhere around here. Excuse us.
That's strange. Eureka! That's it! Ah, shoot! That kills her ability. Oh, if I use a little bit of you-know-what... Ow! Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's going on here?
Hello.
Oh, I get it. Dang, I can't believe you actually came. Glad to make your acquaintance. I'm Ludmilla from R&D. Thanks for coming, Guardians. I'll get straight to the point. Could you do some testing for me? Real combat's fine, too.
Hold on, Ludmilla. We have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm talking AISs, obviously. I'm in charge of remodeling them. The basics are already taken care of, and they're ready for space combat. Still, this is kind of a rush job, so I'm not sure about other use cases just yet, hence my need for operational data. Anyway, that's why I sent in a request to General Affairs for capable pilots, and here you two are! Which leaves one last step to tackle. Are you ready to get started? You know what they say, time waits for no one. A generic fuselage is good, I think. Yes, that should work, so maybe I should secure the module for ease of operation. Depending on output levels, by the time we are done, even citizens might be able to pilot one, assuming G-Force doesn't squish them. Maybe it would work better if I enhanced the seat safeguards. I had better run all the numbers on how much that'll cost.
I'm laughing about what they say about the G-forces there, given what I know from the Japanese version.
Operational data? So she wants us to pilot AISs? Oh, I'm not sure I have what it takes.
What are you so worried about? After all, I heard you used an AIS in that fight against Apprentice before. This is for the sake of ARKS, the future, and most importantly, my research. So hey, no pressure.
Well, I suppose that we may as well give it a try. It was a request from Sarah, after all.
All right, and Rooks, thank you. I really appreciate that. Carrying star atomizers to help us stay healed up. But yeah, don't worry about being quiet there. Anyway, let's move on to countermeasures and preparation.
Welcome back, you two. Sarah had you visit our main AIS researcher, right?
Yeah, her name's Ludmila.
She seems really reliable.
She only has eyes for her research, so I guess she's reliable in that sense.
Every extraordinary member of ARKS has a quirk or two, including you guys. She's the one who immediately suggested that we start remodeling them for space. And she was able to make this happen in no time. You never know when a genius like her is going to pop out of the woodwork. Makes things interesting.
Anything else ready?
You could say, I'm readying myself emotionally for what might be. ARKS always had an informational advantage when facing the Fallspawn. We could track their position, and then could predict a Dark Fall's arrival. But this is different. Our opponents have the informational advantage this time. We need to be prepared mentally and physically for anything that might...
Shao?
And here we go.
Are we that outclassed here?
Shao!
Emergency! Dimensional distortion detected! We have hostiles! They've appeared inside the mothership! I repeat, hostile presence detected within the mothership!
There's no need for calculations. Simply crush the head, and this is over.
Yeah, Rooks, that would definitely make sense. Alright, moving on, we have Mothership Invaders.
We're off our intended coordinates. Invading directly might have been a touch greedy, I suppose. So it goes. May as well savor a little destruction on the way.
Stop right there!
Your invasion ends here!
Faster than expected. Did you actually manage to predict this? Flawed simulacrum. We've come this far. May as well grind ARKS under our heels. Varuna?
Ma'am.
Mitra?
Yes.
Let's make this a contest to see who can dispose of the most trash. Use any method you like, but make sure to track your score carefully. No fudging the numbers. They're both so serious. I really must teach them to loosen up. I know you're watching, flawed simulacrum. And I'm sure you know what these are. I'm wishing all of ARKS the best of luck. Let them know, won't you?
And those right there were the Luminex. So, with that done, let's go into Goddess's Prelude. Let's do this on hardcore.
Attention all ARKS ops. Hostiles detected within the mothership. These readings are unbelievable. Stay sharp and stay together. It'll take time to get the radar back up. All personnel, coordinate and watch your surroundings. The 6 will be joining the fight. Work together and avoid fighting solo.
Sierra, have you heard from Shell? There's no response. The messages are being blocked. I'm detecting a new hostile presence similar to Falspawn within the mothership, as well as the trio that attacked the ARKS ship the other day. We couldn't sense them at all last time, but now it's almost like they're announcing themselves.
It'll be okay, Sierra. We'll manage somehow.
Don't worry, I've got this.
Yeah. You'll have my full faith and support, Guardians. That's my job, after all. My functions are limited due to the damage to the mothership, but I'll do everything I can to help.
Episode 6, Chapter 1. The Demise Brings Despair. To End in Despair. And here we go. So, some of you might remember in the past, I had picked up not just only a light stream weapon, or a Trailblazer as it's called in this version, but also an off-steel weapon. Now, the thing about this is actually a dark element weapon, and that's going to be key in just a second here. So, let's start making our way over. And here we have the first of the Luminex, the Baril. So, one of them has a shield, the other two there like to face me constantly, as you can see. But these are weak to dark attacks, and so that's why I have this sword on me. Let's go ahead and get after him. First group is down. But yeah, the way you hit these guys most effectively is to hit them from the back. And then we've got other ones coming up right now. These are the Zorla. And for these, you can pretty much just take them down however you want to, but their weak spot is sort of like on their head there.
don't like them.
Our attacks barely affect them.
Yeah. And the way they respond reminds me of Shiva. It's like our attacks have no effect, like they're being absorbed. Let's go! Maria, watch out!
Ah, you too. Thanks for the assistance.
Where is everyone?
I was looking for them myself. Glad I found you first, though. And you're worth the most points.
Get down! Don't be fooled. That's not Maria.
Xena? Oh gosh, you're hurt!
Oh, you're quite the tough customer if you manage to withstand that.
The real Maria hits harder. Your impersonation sucks. So give it up already, you fake!
I'm surprised to hear that. My mimicry is perfect.
You were with Shiva.
I am Mitra, the 20th. Goddess of deceit. I exist to impersonate.
She touched me earlier.
And she touched me just a moment ago.
Suspicion kills. When people doubt each other, it's hilarious. From now on, you'll always be suspicious. Your friends may not be your friends. I've seen it time and again, and I'll see it once more. Here and now. Deceit kills.
Ha! Thanks for breaking that down for us. Sounds like putting you away will end this whole charade.
You're all worth big points. Enough to win me the game. Points? We're seeing who can kill the most of you. I'm behind, but not for long.
Quit messing around! We're not toys for you to play with.
Why the anger? You treat Falspawn no differently. How does it feel to be hunted this time around? As they say, you reap what you sow. If I turn into you, will I understand how you feel? You're stubborn. This is less efficient than I thought. I'll only fall farther behind. So, I'll actually try.
What?
Zeno! Huh? You're still not dead? Oh, I get it. That weapon's the same as us. No wonder it was so tough. But it won't matter if I kill the wielder.
What?
What is this? Looks like a critical situation here. Just perfecto.
Another waste of time has arrived, I see. Whatever. I'll get points somewhere else.
Zeno, are you alright? I'll heal you.
I'm fine. I can still...
You can insist on acting tough all you want, but we can't drag you around all day. If you don't want to end up as baddie points, you better get out of here. Or would you rather I sped up the process?
Risa!
No, she's right. With Nanaki in pieces, I can't help anyone. They mean business. I'm not sure if even you can beat them. It isn't really my place to say, but watch yourself.
I'm sure you know this, but Shiva's much stronger than Little Miss Copy Girl. You both might want to head back.
We can't turn our backs on everyone.
Well, well, well! I'll go along with you then. To be honest, it's not like I could enter Central Command on my own anyway. I was thinking of breaking and entering. I guess it's a good thing I found you guys first.
You can't just go around breaking stuff, you know?
Why not? If I don't do it, the baddies will just take care of it for me. See?
Come on, we have to hurry!
Alright, and we are off once again. Got some new ones here, the Radilugos. Now these guys have the ability to suck you in, so you want to be careful of that if you're not using a tank type build. They do have a weak point crystal in the center of their chest, but it can sometimes be a little hard to hit that. Now we're getting a mix of everything that we've seen so far in here. Alright, time to take on a mini-boss here. This is the Draw of the Root. Now for this one, it does have a weak point, but you have to reveal it. And you do that by breaking the different parts that it has. Again, Luminex are all weak to dark type attacks. So that's why I'm not switching off this weapon. There we go, that's one broken part. And as you can see behind its leg there is where the weak point is. Now that's not going to be as accessible for me since I'm sort of doing this on my own. I guess waiting for when it's doing a big attack will let me get to there though.
Completed!
Generally though, this is a point where I would hold my ground and let others hit that thing.
By the way, how can you track the enemy's movements, Risa?
By actually using my eyes!
Huh?
Everyone in ARKS relies way too much on Photon. Even more than their own eyes.
I will note that throughout my career with PSO2, I've also been doing stuff more with my eyes. I mean, I'll glance to the corner every now and then to look at the radar if I'm not sure where an enemy is, but beyond that, it's eyes open for me.
You've used radar to attack invisible enemies before, right? It's like that. Same deal. Everyone thinks they're using their eyes, but they're really sensing baddies via photons. But these baddies have photonic camouflage. And on the flip side, they can read our photons loud and clear. No wonder you can't keep up. So in a kind of obvious conclusion, there's not much we can do.
Then we'll never be able to fight them on equal footing?
Find some tech to get around their camouflage, and you'd be able to sense them like usual. There are other people in ARKS who fight without having to rely on photons all the time, you know?
And that was revealed
Does she mean...
quite a while ago, actually. Back in episode 1.
She's arrived. Are you alone, young lady? Based on these photon readings, I doubt you can face me alone. You underestimate me.
We'll see who's underestimating who.
Could it be you're not using photons?
Exactly. I don't have any photons. And I don't rely on sensors. Your ability to absorb photons is useless against me. Never thought my handicap would give me the edge. But here we are. I'll never forgive him for what he did. But Luther deserves a little credit here. Gotcha!
Now, what did you just say, young lady? If I heard you correctly, a most fascinating name escaped your lips just now.
What is she? This is messed up!
A commendable effort. But human effort doesn't count for much. Dust in the wind, or dust on the ground. When it comes down to it, that's the only difference between you and the masses. I was destined to rule the universe from the moment I was born. Because I am the universe.
Rule the universe? How arrogant can you get?
Your understanding is not required. You die here, either way.
Is this an ARK ship independent operating code? Why now? Wait! Impossible!
Hey, you okay, Sarah?
Show!
Now this is a surprise. But all you've done is save me time.
Shao! What were you thinking?
Good thing I made myself bigger. Really helped me get in the way there.
Idiot! Why go out of your way for me?
I know, it wasn't logical. But once I realized what I had to do, my body moved on its own. Yes, I've become too much like mortals. And like a mortal, I'd appreciate a little nap.
Shao? Shao! Shao!
F's in chat for Shao.
The head has been crushed. Now I suppose it's time to move on to the hands.
We won't let that happen! Theo!
Well aware!
Oak and Theodore? Sorry we're late. The adjustments on this thing were brutal. But I understand the gist of it. Like how crazy strong she is.
Glad to see you could make it in person, Admiral. Do you truly intend to oppose me with that mechanical doll?
Nope. That's not what I'm here for.
With my authority as Admiral, I hereby activate Code Abyss. All ARKS personnel withdraw. This is a compulsory warp. Hereby abandoning Mothership Shao.
They certainly know how to make an exit. This may prove more challenging than anticipated. You did well to restrain yourselves.
You seem to be enjoying yourself.
Is it okay to let them escape?
It matters not. Let dust dance in the wind. Still, they seem to be avoiding me, so I hardly managed any points.
Fighting them was inefficient. Varuna wins this match.
I simply managed to find a particularly untidy area.
Well then, as a reward, I leave the pursuit up to you.
Very well.
Guess I'm on watch duty. Boring.
You'll have your chance soon enough, Mitra. I promise, we aren't anywhere near finished with them yet.
Oak, why?
We need to avenge Shao.
Because I knew you'd react this way.
between the Mothership Xiao and you guys? I chose you guys. And I have no doubt that I made the correct choice. Xiao would have done the same thing. You are the one who is connected to Xiao. You are Sarah, right? Are you able to see me now? Who are you? I'm Oma, the first Claris Craze. I was here when you came here before, but you couldn't see me. But now you can see me, though. Do you understand why that is? Because of Xiao's power? Yeah, that's right. Xiao's power is inside you. He's sleeping within you. He is way too much for your vessel to handle, though. If he were to wake up, it would destroy you. That is the reason he is sleeping.
Wow. So... that's what happened, huh? Pull it together, everyone! Sierra, why do you think Xiao gave you full permissions? You two! If you died back there, we'd be finished! You've got to look at the big picture!
Sarah?
That's what Xiao would say. I can sense his feelings bubbling up inside me. And he'd also say, it isn't like you to give up without a fight.
You're right.
He would.
Yeah, Xiao hated losing.
Sierra, can you contact the other ships? How's everyone doing?
Right! Ships currently operating under independent calculations.
We've received word on ARK's situation. The ships are scattered, but the 6 are confirmed alive.
Operators are verifying the number of survivors. We'll know the full situation in an hour.
Xiao predicted this would happen. He transferred his authority in stages, so ARKS could operate without him. Unfortunately for you, Xiao, it's a little early for retirement. Sierra, change our course. We're heading for Amduskia.
Why are we going there?
It was the last thing Xiao told me. Head to Amduskia. There must be some kind of key there. Something to help us out.
And so that brings Chapter 1 to an end. And we have several sub-stories that have opened up here. Let's take a look at those here. The Armada of Annihilation attacks.
Sierra, what's going on? Unidentified warp detected. Initiating telescopic imaging.
What is that? An unknown fleet?
It's Shiva, the goddess of Annihilation's fleet. So, the Armada of Annihilation? More importantly, it appears to be packed with hostile signals.
They mean to pursue us. Thorough, aren't they?
Clara's Craze and I will use our fleets to draw them away.
Huey and I know how to put on a good light show, so we'll be perfect decoys.
Huey! Clara's Craze!
No need to worry, Predecessor. When Huey and I are together, we can't be beat.
Exactly. We're invincible. We'll keep the troops all fired up, too. Leave the fighting to the Combat Bureau. You all focus on doing what we can't do.
Guess I'll join them then. I've said my piece. All that's left is to have a blast shooting up some baddies.
Alright, we got a Tri-Boost plus 100% from that. And, Rooks, to answer your question, I'm not exactly sure how Sarah dealt with them previously. Maybe she's been through cryosleep before. Let's take a look at Luther's confession.
I had a feeling you'd show up. I'd ask what you want, but it's obvious. You want to know about Shiva, yes? I'm as informationally challenged on that front as you are, sadly. Harriet told you most of it already. I created Harriet. She was the ultimate Photon vessel. Undoubtedly my greatest masterpiece. The vessel gained a sense of self, a will, not unlike the birth of intelligence itself. Shion's beginnings, the sudden birth of intelligence within the oceans. I recreated that phenomenon. If not for those pompous barbarians who saw her as a mere vessel, she would have attained omniscience. I had the time, the technology, the Akashic records to use as a model. And yet, the people wished for an instant solution. They ripped the original soul from the vessel, poured photons into it, and used it as bait. Bait for the profound darkness, which exists to expunge photons. Their plan succeeded. The profound darkness entered the vessel, gained intelligence, and was bound to its physical form. All that remains was to dispose of the body. But the barbarians miscalculated. The entity now known as Shiva had attained the ability to understand others. She left the Dark Falls, cancerous outgrowths of mortal desires, to tie her to this universe, all in anticipation of her eventual return. And that is what we are. So, a rather pathetic tale, is it not? Relating it to you is my way of thanking you. As a person, as Luther. You saved Harriet's soul. Knowing that has been most beneficial to me. Shion was naturally aware of her as well, I suspect, which is why they were sympathetic.
And so we got a Tri-Boost plus 100% from that, and if there was any question about how old Luther was, that basically gives you confirmation that because he is Dark Falls Luther, he's been around for millions of years effectively, when you consider how much time has passed on Earth between when when Mother crashed into the planet, forming the moon. Anyway, let's move on to Just to Be With You.
think that's a wrap for the ship-wide announcements.
You must be exhausted, Ook.
Well done, Ook. By the way, the Guardian's here.
Oh, welcome aboard. Sorry we're putting so much pressure on you. We'll do what we can to help. I know we'll succeed if it's a team effort. My next task is to get the fleet up to... oh dear. I'm getting dizzy all of a sudden.
Ook!
Jeez, are you okay? Ook!
Just got a little lightheaded there for a second. Thanks, Theo.
You can't just laugh this off, Ook. You're pushing yourself way too hard.
Oh, is that how it looks?
You have to know your limits. If you keep this up, you're seriously going to pass out.
But if I don't make it count now, we're finished. This is no time to take a break.
You're right. We'll do it together then. Whatever it takes.
Oh my gosh, what is this, Theo? Usually you'd try to stop me, or shy away when things get tough.
Indeed. The old me would have forced you to take a break, or just get depressed that I couldn't help. I'm still anxious about a lot of things, but knowing how committed you are makes me want to help you even more. I made a decision to be with you, Ook, and moments like these are exactly why. Whoa, hey, you all right, Ook?
I'm fine, just fine. In fact, I feel like I can do anything now. Thanks, Theo.
It's nice you two are hitting it off, but can you save it for another time?
Kinda cringy.
A real public display of embarrassment! Sorry, Admiral, but can you put the romance on hold until we're gone?
Sorry. I had you all worried for nothing. I'm completely fine now. Time to get to work. I know we can overcome this and regain control of our future.
Alright, we got a Tri-Boost plus 100% from that. And, Rooks, yeah, we'll definitely chat after this here. Moving on, let's take a look at Photon Absorption abilities.
Those Photoners were remarkably strong, weren't they? Just like with Shiva and Mitra, they seem to be absorbing our photons to cancel out attacks. Can all Photoners absorb photons like that?
If I had to guess, it's Shiva's protection.
What do you mean?
Shiva is the only Photoner who can absorb photons naturally. She exists to contain all photons, to absorb them. And so she does. But it seems Shiva is capable of sharing this gift with her allies. The goddess's divine protection, if you will.
Does that mean all of Shiva's allies are capable of absorbing photons?
Correct. Each Photoner varies in capability, however. They're far from invincible.
Oh, really?
Yes. Each Photoner appears to have a certain tolerance for photon absorption. An attack that exceeds this photonic tolerance level should be able to harm them. We already have proof of this. You were able to defeat those Photoner troops, weren't you?
Oh, yeah. They were pretty strong, but we did manage to beat them. So, if we can just hit Shiva with something that exceeds her tolerance for photons...
Yes. It should be possible to defeat her. That said, Shiva is the profound darkness incarnate. She was created to contain all photons. We require enough strength to exceed such titanic photonic power.
That's gonna be tough, huh?
Yep, basically trying to overload a battery there, so that's gonna be kind of a tough thing to for the ARKS to do here. Let's take a look at ARKS damage report.
Whew. Glad that's over with. ARKS independent operating codes. Never thought those would need to be used.
Excuse me.
Oh, hi, Kostra. What do you need?
My presence is unwanted as always. I see. No matter. Excellent timing. I can get you both up to speed. We still can't predict what will happen, but the situation has settled down a bit. Firstly, Shiva and her forces now have complete control of the Mothership. We're referring to it as Mothership Shiva, and are currently searching for its whereabouts. Each ARKS ship is operating independently. I imagine you're well aware of this, Sierra.
Right. There was some commotion at first, but everything's stable now.
ARKS suffered overall losses of 40% in the last battle, including significant casualties. We're also currently investigating the enemies Shiva brought with her.
Those machine-looking thingies? Are they photoners too?
We can't say at this point. Reports indicate they have no will of their own, however.
So they're mechanical weapons? Hey, looks like some data came in. Ah, too much data! Ah! Kostra! What's with all this data?
My oral reports only cover the bare essentials. You may peruse this data for a more complete picture. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Why does he always send it in such a disorganized state? Would it kill him to do some basic organization?
And there's another Tri-Boost plus 100%. Alright, let's look at mysterious mechanical weapons.
Those machine-like enemies we fought on the Mothership were really powerful, weren't they? The ones Shiva brought with her? They're under analysis as we speak, but we honestly don't know much about them at this point. Really? Yep, no signs of life, so it's clear they're autonomous mechanical weapons at least. But their structure and materials employ technology ARKS is unfamiliar with. Mechanical weapons created with unknown technology. We're calling them Luminex for now. Their mobility, armor, and destructive power were all off the charts. Who could possibly create such a thing?
They were created using photoner technology.
Photoner technology's still way outside our grasp, I take it.
So it would appear. Even the latest ARKS-developed technology is easily outstripped by outdated photoner weaponry. Almighty mechanical weapons, created with ancient cutting-edge technology to defeat the profound darkness. The corrupted were used to seal away the profound darkness by Shiva and placed under her control.
They've been further enhanced by the profound darkness's corruption. So they're already tough enough, and Shiva's powered them up even more? How are we supposed to fight them?
We managed to defeat them once.
Right, their armor was thick, but striking their flashy red sections seemed to hurt them.
Maybe their armor was forcibly removed to receive Shiva's corruption. Whatever the case, I'm sure they're aware of it. Any weapon worth its salt will attack while keeping its weak points hidden.
But if we can somehow exploit those weak points, we can beat them. Once we have that figured out, we'll be fighting on a much more level playing field.
There's another try-boost, 100%. And, yeah, Brooks, I seem to recall that. Yeah, I'll have to look that up here. But anyway, let's move on to a little self-confidence goes a long way.
Damn that Shiva lady! Our photons don't work? How is that even remotely fair? We all did the best we could, and we couldn't even make a dent in them. Boss, it just sucks. I let everyone down again, and it feels like I'm useless to the cause. What was I supposed to do?
We'll figure it out.
Thank you, boss. That's very comforting to hear. I refuse to give up. I know we can still do something. I know I can still do something. Instead of just taking orders, I want to use my own judgment and make decisions I won't regret. I may not be the toughest operative around, but I'm gonna think this through and fight with everything I've got. If I'm lucky, maybe I'll even earn a compliment or two from you, boss. Wait, I didn't mean that. Not sure where that came from. Anyway, I'm gonna go make myself useful. See you later, boss.
Alright, there's a lambda grinder. And let's take a look at a Darkness Dweller's Burden.
Emergency! I think Kyokuya was snooping through your records. There's access history in the database, too. Did something happen between you two?
Wait.
Signing off!
I had good reason to look into your past. The hero who saved the universe. The rumors were true, after all. You're ARK's great hope. However, the greater the hope, the greater the despair upon its loss. You're admired, revered. What happens when you vanish from the world? Did you consider that? You should have never become a beacon of hope. You should have never existed in the first place. Don't give me that look, Guardian. Even if I kill you here and now, she'll fall into despair regardless. You need to live a long and healthy life, as her greatest hope, as ARKS. Oh, did that shake you? Very well. Let us extend that lifespan of yours, however briefly. Allow me to share with you an incantation most dreadful. O mighty shadow, vanquisher of the light, be my strength, as fangs to the foolish. Arise within me, O Phantom!
...
Your thoughts?
What should I think?
Terrified beyond words. Very well. Allow me to educate you. If heroes favor power, phantoms favor craft. Do not confuse this with technique or skill. One must fight with the power of shadow. Not that I need to tell you. You already wield the might of darkness, yes? To become a true phantom, you must be willing to employ any means necessary. Turn your ear once more to the darkness lurking within you.
And there he goes. Certainly has an unconventional view of the world, doesn't he? But for some reason, I have this urge to start chanting too. You're a scary guy, Kyokuya.
And we got a lambda grinder from that. Yeah, it's, that's Kyokuya for you. Let's take a look at Phantom or Dark Hero.
May I ask you something? It's about that new Phantom class advocate, Kyokuya. I keep getting comments like, he walks so quick I can't keep up, or his scary gaze petrifies me, or, he talks weird. So everyone's wondering what kind of person he is. I'm not even sure myself, honestly. I can't grasp personalities or thought process from data alone. So, I thought I'd ask you or his friend Stratos.
What do you need?
You startled me! When did you get here, Kyokuya?
A phantom lurks in darkness, employing the ears of the accursed to expose evil. You'd best be careful with unfounded gossip.
Ears of the accursed? Is that some kind of ability to stop nasty rumors or something?
So you like to eavesdrop, basically.
No. The ears of the accursed. Let that phrase burn deep into your psyche.
Perfect timing. I'm Sierra, the ARKS ship officer. Could I have a little talk with you? I have so many questions from people on the ship.
As you wish.
Thank you. Okay, first question. Why do you call yourself the Black Wolf?
It's my alias. Lurking in darkness. Lunging at the enemy's throat without hesitation. That's what I'm all about.
Okay, so if Black Wolf is your alias, how did you come up with it?
A wolf stalks its prey with no emotion, treading through the darkness to kill by fair or foul. It fits me perfectly.
Wolves are certainly handsome creatures. So, for the next question. You always wear black clothing and hang out in shadowy areas. Do you have an aversion to light?
The light is too radiant for me. A phantom lurks in the darkness. Light is the bane of my existence, in a sense.
Okay, I think I get it. And now for the final question. Tell us what is unique about the Phantom class.
If a hero is light, a phantom is shadow. The shadow can achieve a mission by means unthinkable to the light. It never takes center stage, yet exists without fail, plotting its next move. We dart through the darkness, wherever it is found. That is the way of the Phantom.
That's really something. Not exactly sure what you mean about existing without fail. But basically, A Phantom is someone who gets the job done by any means necessary. An anti-hero. Would that be an accurate way of putting it?
If you've reached a point of understanding, stay out of my way. The ill-prepared will find themselves ensnared by the Phantom's curse. Right, then, farewell.
I'm not sure what to say. He really does like trying to sound cool, huh? But I kind of get it. He's willing to use any means necessary, so we should think twice before approaching him. Figuring out the meaning behind his words and the man himself is going to take some time, I think.
He's definitely edgy, that's for certain. Anyway, we got a lambda grinder from that.
We are currently preparing a large-scale operation for all ARKS to fight enemies in their local regions.
We're gonna pass on that. Let's move on to the origin of cosmogenic arms.
Well, what a coinky-dink! I was just making some introductions between Harriet and Zig here.
Harriet the Celestial, an assault rifle cosmogenic arm. I see. And where would Miss Harriet happen to be?
If you're looking for me, I'm right here.
Ah, so your photons formed into a cosmogenic arm. A special type, just like Aurora.
Do other cosmogenic arms lack a personality?
Aye, that is generally the case. Although cosmogenic arms are known to choose their wielders, they usually don't speak. The Blade of Genesis, Clarissa III the Bright, and the other cosmogenic arms were not forged from living persons. Aurora and Miss Harriet are another matter entirely. You both possess powerful wills. Their souls likely entwine with photons to change form, linking to their wielders to unleash their power. Cosmogenic arms of the past had souls as well, deriving overwhelming power through their ties to Shion. When the soul is exhausted, the armament reaches the end of its life cycle. Such was the case for World's End. Though its form was restored, its full power was not. I suspect it lost its soul.
The soul that once dwelt in World's End likely fulfilled its role. Satiated. It simply vanished. It achieved its one true desire.
You may be right. In that case, I pity Labrys. Poor thing gets damaged and repaired over and over ad infinitum. Perhaps it longs for release. If only there were some way to ask it how it feels.
And we got a lambda grandeur from that. And lastly, we have another high cast. Let's go ahead and check that out.
Thanks for dropping in! Let me take a look at that operations data. Interesting. So that's how it is. Raw data never tells the whole story. Drive system's under crazy strain. Big boost to mobility, but can't say I'm a fan of the hit to durability.
Seeing her so absorbed in this reminds me of Sierra, don't you think?
Yeah, now that you mention it.
I know, right? Maybe she's a distant relative or something. I guess I'm being silly, though. Sierra's the only high caste on each ship, so...
Actually, I do see a resemblance. I'm a high caste as well, you know. A Ludmilla type.
Wow, no kidding?
After the Void apparatus was dismantled, the Research Bureau was restructured too. Part of ARK's general reformation, you know? The restructured Research Bureau didn't have a genius on board like Luther, but each field had a lot more experts. Their knowledge and experience was stored in a database, then applied to modules specified for calculation. And the result was me, Ludmilla, the Research Bureau's resident high-caste AIS R&D specialist.
Wow! So Sierra wasn't the only high caste after all.
Nope, but my duty is to thoroughly research, modify, and enhance AIS units. With that in mind, I want you to go out there, pilot AISs till you're blue in the face, and get me all that sweet, sweet data you can. Anyway, happy hunting and have a nice day!
I'm not so great at piloting AISs, but hearing her say that really makes me want to help out. Okay, let's get down to business.
And there's a Tri-Boost plus 100%. Alright, let's take a look at Xiao's words. Back on the main story. Episode 6, Chapter 2, Faint Hope, A Ray of Hope.
Sarah!
You're not overexerting yourself, are you?
I'm not the only one. Everyone's pushing themselves. Sierra's so focused on her duties, she doesn't even have time to chat.
Sarah, what's on Ambeskia?
No idea. Xiao just said to go there. But I think I might know what he's after, though. Ambeskia is where you first met Xiao.
He wants us to meet with Rogue Kamitz?
Yeah. Only thing I can think of is that he wants us to talk with Rokamiz, the Draconian Elder. I'm sure we'll figure something out there. Isn't that right, Xiao?
Alright, with that, let's go ahead and get out of story mode here, since that next part then takes us into Chapter 2 here. And that pretty much takes us to the end of this episode. I pretty much accomplished everything that I wanted to here today. We went through Christmas on Ice, we got the arm piece upgraded with all the augments that I wanted to get on this, at least for now. This should hold me until the end of episode 6, at which point then I'll pick up one of the Crest units, or actually more than likely a full set of the Crest units once those come out. We got through Chapter 1, had the big reveal of what was going down there, in terms of Xiao's, at least immediate fate, but obviously he's got something else planned for us once we arrive in Amaduskia. Of course, if you play the Japanese version, you already know what's coming up here. But yeah, it's fun still going through the story again and seeing what the official translation looks like. I will say it does at least seem like the translation has been good so far in episode 6 here. But yeah, with that, let's see if we can find somebody that we can raid this evening here. Let me see who is currently going. Give me one moment here. I'm just checking out one particular user here to see if they're going to work for us. Yeah, they've been going for a while. Let me try somebody else here. I don't want to risk that we're going to just pop in on somebody and then we're going to suddenly have that stream ending as well here. Alright, how about we try Elite 4K? Looks like they're fighting against, they might be fighting against Mother right now. Let me make sure of that here. Oh, actually, they've been going for a long time as well, over 6 hours. Yikes. Where is a streamer that hasn't been going for so long? It's like everybody I'm looking at has been going for a really long time. Okay, you know what? I think then what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and end things here instead of doing a raid. So, with all that said, next time we've got the Armada of Annihilation coming up, which is going to be the new urgent quest. Really looking forward to that, to being able to pick up my new back unit. And with all that said, thank you for joining me today. This is PrinceBrightstar signing off. I'll catch you next time.